Hello, and we are here with whose mask is falling off. Who in your life isn't who they say they are, or their energy is just god awful. Welcome to the Empress's Court. This is the Exalted Empress channel, and I am the Empress Tiana. Nice to meet you. I am going to go ahead and explain this pick a card reading. If you have not done one before, we have the grasshopper, the conch, the snow, and the slug. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pick a pile based off of one of these cards, whichever one calls to you the most. And if more than one pile calls to you, you can watch more than one. And then there'll be timestamps down below so you can pick. Just jump down below and I will see you at your reading. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, grasshopper, conch, snow, slug, and I will let you know whose mask is slipping, who we're going to uncover in just a moment. See you there. Hello, if you chose the grasshopper, then you are in the right place. This is your reading group number 1. So, again, if you haven't done one of these before, the grasshopper oracle card is going to be kind of like your theme for this reading. I'm going to have some tarot cards here in the middle, and then to wrap it up, we have this other oracle card. So, I will read for that at the end, and it'll be a little surprise for you. So, we can go ahead and read for the grasshopper card. Moving forward, faith and adventure. Ooh, I remember this because grasshoppers do not jump backwards. Drawing this card tells you to take a leap of faith. Grasshoppers only jump forward, never backwards or sideways, and without uncertainty. It may be time to move forward in your life, so go forth and trust your intuition no matter the outcome. Now is the time for a new adventure. Move to a new city, take a road trip, dye your hair a weird color. Okay, so you're doing something new. So, context of this person with the mask falling off, probably someone new in your life. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, and then we have, let's see, the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. 2 of Swords. Oh, this is someone from your past. Okay, that was a lot of cards all at once. We'll see how many fit. We have the Magician. I don't know if we're gonna have room for a 5th card on top. I want to try 3 at the bottom. I want to try to get as many of these as possible. The World. Ooh. 3 of Cups in reverse. Who is this person? And the Fool. Okay. And you were told to do new things, or you're moving towards new things, and you have the Fool in reverse. Okay. I'm not going to put the other ones up. We're going to do the ones that actually fit. And you can see. I'm going to scoop these up just a little bit for you. So, grasshopper, you're moving forward. You're not looking back. You're on a new adventure. And the first thing I see is the 10 of Pentacles, which to me says that you have your stuff together. You are working towards a new you, a new life, completion in what you're doing. You're good. You're in a good place. And with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, I'm seeing someone come into your life who is from your past. You know this person to some degree, or maybe you used to know them and you have some nostalgia for this individual. But with the 2 of Swords next to that, I feel like right off the bat, Spirit is asking, do you want this person in your life? Either they're not the same as when you met them previously, when you've known them previously, or they have just become something else. So for me, what I'm seeing is you have your stuff together, and this person may be using the fact that there's nostalgia, they've known you from the past, so that they can like kind of put hooks into what you're doing, or they can kind of grip onto you. I'll give you an example. I was watching this YouTube video a little bit ago, and the reason I was watching it was less about being interested, no offense, to the person's video in particular, but because they hadn't made a new video in forever. And I was like, where did they go? I basically thought the channel was retired, you know? Turns out, long story short, the person that they had been in partnership for the YouTube channel, who they had known forever, had like dipped and like stole money from the company and all this stuff, and they had come and made a video with receipts, and this person had basically like catfished the channel. It was absolutely wild. Haven't seen anything like it. And you know, sometimes you just think you know people, and we're wrong. And I do that about myself too. Sometimes we're just wrong. And this is what I'm seeing too, is this person. And so again, maybe you were closer with them in the past. I've seen that also with the Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups is used upright, would be hanging out with people, things like that, spending time. I think that's part of the nostalgia too. Like there's a lot of good memories here, but they're either from way back, or like this is someone who was only distantly connected to you in all these other cases, so you only knew them so well. So I would choose wisely, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to realize how much of a variable that they are. You're the magician. You're the grasshopper. You're the one moving forward. You have all your stuff together. And when you have all your stuff together, you don't really like need to have other people around. It's, do you want to have other people around? And when other people don't have their stuff together, they like need to have certain people around. And because you have your stuff together, it's even latch on and be like, oh my god, like you need me, ha 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 ha, you need me, have me around. It's like, do I? Like, I don't think I do. And I see almost like this like inappropriate ask, or maybe not even that. Like maybe it's not even on that level. This person may actually, there's going to be something about them that reveals that they're in this friendship, this connect. I'm feeling this is very much as friendship too. I'm not seeing this as romantic. I'm not seeing this as business necessarily. I'm seeing this as like a friendship acquaintance that comes in, sees that you have everything, you know them from a long time ago, and you're like, this person's cool, and then you guys start to talk, and something maybe puts you off, but you're like, no, this is so and so, they're chill. And over time you start to realize like, oh, this person has another agenda. They want to be around me because of this, they want to be around me because of that. Like, there's something that they're gaining, even if it's just clout, you know, there's something that they need from you, or they think they need from you, right? Like you don't need to give them anything, but I'm seeing this as someone from the past, and especially with some of these cards, like the Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, and the World. Like nothing is stopping you at this point in time, and I think they can see that. They can see that you're going far, and they're not going anywhere. And if you look over to their life, we have the Fool in reverse. The Fool is about going on a new journey. It's the start of the tarot. If you read the tarot as, a story, it's the major arcana. The major arcana, there's like 20 out of cards, and those can be read as a story, but then you can go into the suits after that. And with it in reverse, it's like we're really just not. We're doing the same things, we're doing the same cycles, and I have that on the opposite of the world, and we already are the grasshopper. This person's ducks are not in a row. The ducks are all confused. They're floating every which way. One of them's upside down. Like, they do not know what they're doing, but they're hoping, like, you're gonna guide them. But they didn't even ask. The worst part, it's like unofficial, unasked for mentorship, and you're just like, I'm just trying to be a grasshopper. I'm just trying to move forward. But I mean, hey, at least they look up to you, right? Don't give them anything. Don't trust them with anything. That's what I would say. As a friend, as your bestie on the internet just found you, don't give them anything, okay? Because we don't know what they're up to. Let's look into Treasure Island, okay? Number 9. So, the law of attraction brings dreams into fruition. The result of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. Ooh, you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You've uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life, at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others. As treasure shared multiplies like magic. Aww. Okay. I'm also going to read your protection message from this card, because we don't need to hang out with people whose masks are only half on, right? Like, they're not doing their fake persona correctly, and they're not doing their real persona correctly, and they can just honestly kick rocks. So, protection message. Poverty, consciousness, and the sense of not enough cast a shadow on your path. Ew, boo, it's that person. Go away. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? I'm sorry. I had to say that again because that spoke to me and I had a reaction. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Oh my God, leave those people behind. Leave them behind. Or is it possible that you're caught in a fear that you will lose what you have acquired, so you hold on so tight that you will miss the opportunity to expand? You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from perception of limitations to perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. Spirit is telling you the same thing I've said this whole reading. 10 of Pentacles, the world, the Magician, and the Grasshopper, which is not part of the tarot, but doing great things for you. And Treasure Island. You have so many good cards. You have so many things working for you. I'm not saying that they're bad cards, but the way that these are all lined up, like, the only thing that's missing is, like, the sun. Honestly. This person sees your shine, they see your glow, they see you having all the things, they want what you have, and you will know when they have either an inappropriate ask or they just make it clear for their actions that they want a particular thing from you. Whatever loose ties you have from this person, let them go. They're not important. You do not need them. They do not serve you. You already have everything you need. And not to be that person, Spirit does say, you can share, but, like, not with this individual. You probably can't share with this individual. They won't appreciate it. They don't care. They're just there to take. Let them stay with their confused ducks. You don't need them. If that resonated with your, perfectly positioned ducks that know where they're going, please like and subscribe below or comment. Tell me if you know who this person is. I'd love to add you to the Empress's Court, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, group number 2. If you picked the conch, you were in the right place. So if you have not done one of these videos with me before, let me go ahead and go through what exactly we are going through today with your reading. So we're going to start off with reading for the conch card. That is the oracle card that will be basically the summary of the rest of the reading, and then we're going to have some tarot cards in the middle, and then this oracle card will be your overall summarization. So to start off, we're going to go ahead and read for the conch card. So give me one moment. I can look for you, and it says awakening, hearing, call to action, communication. So, in Buddhism, the conch shell symbolizes truthful speech and strength, and is used often in religious ceremonies. In Hindu ceremonies, blowing into a conch shell produces a sound similar to the Om sound, as believed to awaken the ignorant into enlightenment. Girl, good luck. I'm sorry, blowing into a conch shell is a call to action, but sometimes this action is to simply listen. I need to go back. In Hindu ceremonies, blowing into a conch shell produces a sound similar to Om and is believed to awaken the ignorant into enlightenment. I have a comment for that. It's not appropriate for the internet. I have not noticed anyone becoming more enlightened, but as it was. Blowing into a conch shell is a call to action, but sometimes action is just simply listen. If you are having communication problems, let the conch shell aid you. Okay, awakening, hearing, call to action, communication. We will see. We will see who this person is. We will see if they become enlightened. Unlikely, unfortunately, for this reading. We have the 6. Yeah, cups. We have 3 of Pentacles, but in reverse. People who ruin all of the things. I'm sorry, that's what I'm seeing. 7 of Cups. Oh no. Okay. It's fine. We'll be fine. Queen of Swords, but in reverse. Oh Lord. Ace of Swords. That's good. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't be making commentary in between when you don't know what these are. 9 of Cups in reverse. King of Swords. Oh Lord. 5 of Swords. Stop. This person's a mess. This person's a whole mess. 8 of Wands. The good news is they don't move very fast. Okay? This person may try to pester you, but they move too slow. Knight of Swords. The truth doesn't, though. Truth comes in clutch every single time. So let me go ahead and tell you what's going on. This is similar to the last group. 6 of Cups, upright though. You have positive memories of this person, and you may or may not be already aware that they're not much of a team player. I don't know if you're meeting this person at work. They're already someone you know from work, but what I'm getting here is that you have fondness for them, and your expectations, the bar may already be in the dirt. Okay. The bar may already be in the dirt. And because the bar is already in the dirt, even when you have other options and you know in the setting that you know them, I'm feeling this is a work person. That's what I'm getting. This is someone you know from work, but maybe you worked at another job with them. Maybe your friends outside of work, even if it's loosely, you know? You sort of know them, they seemed fine. This is someone who you know there's other options, but you're like, they could be worse options to work with. Maybe they're better. Who knows, really? And so you're not really there to jump into anything like without them. You're not like, oh, I need to replace this person in my life because it's work. That would take a lot. You're not their manager. You know, you're not in control of them. You're just like, they're cool, but I kind of don't want to work with them because they're not great to work with. But it's what it had for you. And I'm seeing the same thing with this Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords is someone who has the balance of their feelings and their thoughts together. It's in reverse. So I feel like you know there may be better people to work with. There may be better people to work with in your work space, but you feel conflicted. You're like, I don't really know like what the right thing to do is. I don't want to complain about this person who I don't have a huge thing against them at this time. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is a new truth, a new fact, a new something. And then we have some friction coming in. And this is when their mask falls off. This is when the you know what hits the fan. This may be the communication thing with the conch shell, okay? Where there's a call to action. We have some truths coming in. Because with the Ace of Swords, that's a new factoid coming in. Something you weren't expecting. And immediately after that, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups upright, okay, would be like a wish fulfillment. And to see the Nine of Cups in reverse and then followed by the King of Swords, just so you know, the King of Swords is kind of a douchebag. That's kind of how he's perceived. He's someone who's so on the line of like truth and facts, and he thinks that something's truth or facts. It doesn't have to be a man, by the way, but it's like the King of Swords. So I will be saying he, but it could be a she, it could be a they. Undisclosed pronouns, you know. My point is that the King of Swords is usually seen as a little harsh and maybe not that aware of emotions and other people's feelings because they're just like, no, these are the facts, this is how it lines up, this is what it is. And so if they believe something to be true, then there's nowhere else to go from there. They're just like, no, these are the facts, this is it. And I'm seeing that this person's, this fact, this something that comes in really shows who this person is. And it gets in the way of some opportunity of some, you know, perfect thing, this wish come true coming in. It may be a promotion, it may be some other responsibility, but they get in the way of it. And I almost see this as like, you even try to talk to them about it, and they're like, no, I didn't do that. I didn't get in the way of that. No, da 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 da. And they try to like defend themselves in that situation with like facts, alternative facts. And you're just like, what is your problem? You actually did this. You were actually in the wrong in the situation. Call to action, communication, control. Why are you not paying attention? If they can't absorb or think through what's going on because that's just not who they are as a person. They don't have their shit together. Not really. Even if it looks like they do. They really don't. And with the Five of Swords energy, I feel like once that new fact or this one little detail comes through, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a lot of bickering and whatnot with the Five of Swords. It's going to cause ruckus between you two. It's going to cause ruckus maybe in the workplace. It's not going to be great. No one's enjoying that time. And then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. I think it's going to be a while. I think there's going to be this like little bickering time period where you're like, why won't you admit that you are wrong? And they're just going to be like, because I'm not. And it's going to be that whole situation. We've all had one of those situations, one of those arguments where it just doesn't seem to go anywhere. And it's because they don't want to admit that they're wrong, or they don't want to admit that they caused something to happen. And your whole idea of who they are and just them being a good person, but maybe like not your favorite to work with, is just gonna completely dismantle to like, this person is actually a piece of shit. Honestly. I know it's harsh. I know it's hard to hear, but like, this person, like, they're gonna mess something up for you. I mean, that's really what it's gonna be like. They're fine, and they mess something up for you, and then they're not even apologetic about it. And then we have their Knight of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is like, this was a fact, a thought that came in and kind of spurred all the rest of this. The Knight of Swords is an even stronger version of that energy. I think the Ace, that's the one in a card deck, and then we're going all the way up until we get to the Knight of Swords. So this is really the facts, the truth, really catching up to anything else. Something's going to happen where after you're begging for a while, it's going to be unescapable. There's going to be other people involved. The trash is going to take itself out, basically. That's how I would view it. The trash will take itself out. They'll have to leave, or someone else will force them to leave because they're just not pulling their weight, and they got in the way. It's probably not just you. It's probably not just what you wanted. They probably got in the way of what other people wanted as well. So don't take it too personal. You kind of do have to, because they got in the way of something you wanted, but also like, they're in everybody's way. So let me read for chopped wood. That's 42. Being grounded in everyday experience, humility. The Oracle's message. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is a forerunner of the light in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling up dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose of releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Okay, so we're getting grounded. We're pruning the tree. We're getting rid of dead weight. This person, okay, he's in your way. Protection message. This card has multiple different messages, so I'm going to read the protection message too. Are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth and fame, big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you might be devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out of the chair to make things happen. You actually have to do something. Start with a small task. Remember, the big dream becomes reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell, I do not know this person, but mythologist sounds like fun, once said, take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you. Well, that would be nice. Me and the gods need to talk. That being said, I think that this person, again, I think it's just a sign, like, this person needs to go because they're in the way of your dreams. They're in the way of your abundance. And they're probably someone you're kind of iffy about already because of some history. So this person's mask is going to fall when it's very clear they got in the way of something that you wanted and something that you were working towards, and then they want to act like that didn't happen, in fact, and let me line up some stuff, and let me do some geometry, and let me do some algebra, and let me do this and that, and make it not my fault. It is their fault. They're annoying. Get them to go away. Okay, so if that resonated, please like and subscribe below. Please. I'm asking nicely. I would love to have you in addition to my core. If you know who this person is, please comment below. If you would like to help me reach 100 subscribers, I would like to reach 100 subscribers. Again, please subscribe, and I will see you next time in the Empress's Court. Bye. Hello, group number 3. If you picked snow, you were in the right place. Okay, so we're going to see whose mask is falling off. If you haven't done one of these videos before, I like to do an oracle card at the beginning to try to get the theme of your reading, and then an oracle card at the end to summarize everything, and we'll have some tarot cards in between. Okay, so real quick, we're going to look into snow and what that means for you. So just give me one moment and I will look that up for you. So the snow card says, silence, gentleness, pause. There is something calming about seeing a fresh, untouched blanket of white powder on the ground. Perhaps it is due to my childlike excitement. Not mine specifically. This is what it's written there. I grew up in Florida, so. Perhaps it's due to my childlike excitement that's never gone away, but I always have to pause and have a moment of admiration whenever it snows. Unlike rain, a gentle snowfall is silent and lightly brushes your face as the flakes meander down from the sky. Around you, all signs of life are gone. Animals are hibernating, trees are barren, and people are huddled into their homes and off the streets and roads. It's one of those few moments in life where the world around you is quiet and still. Wow. So you're at peace, and then this person comes up. Oh dear. But you know what? We all have that one person, right? The person who has to disturb our peace. Let's see where this goes. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. Could be somewhere we're talking to. Doesn't have to be. Let's see. Four of Pentacles. That's not great. This is Five of Pentacles. Okay. Let's see. I'm not confident in saying it's someone you're talking to yet. It can be. Lord. Okay. The Hierophant. This is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So you're trying to put hard work into something. I don't know what they're doing, but. Okay, I'm trying to get you more cards. Spirit. The last two piles, the cards are just shot out of the deck. Okay, it's because I said something. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that this message maybe, when not a lot of cards come out, it's because if they did, Six of Swords. If they did, it would be a loud repetition. Justice in reverse. Oof. Okay. The Devil in reverse. Oh my goodness. And Strength. Upright. That one's upright. Everyone sees, right? Awesome. Let me just tell you straight. This person is a whole effing mess. That's what I'm saying. The fact that you have 3 arcanas in a row, major arcanas, and it's like Justice in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and then Strength. This person at least is going to attempt to put you through it. So when their mask comes off, it's going to be a whole mess, okay? That's okay. We can get through it. But you're not going to be bragging about having to go through it with this person. So, Ace of Cups, I mean, that's usually some emotional thing coming through. It can be a new person. It can be a new romantic interest. It doesn't have to be. It's just new feelings about something. But when we have peace, and then we have with the snow, and then we have the Ace of Cups, to me, what that says is you were at peace. This person came in. You get emotionally attached. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. And then Five of Pentacles. Something about being around this person affected your bag, affected your wallet. And then we have the Hierophant, which, honestly makes me think more towards relationships. because it's about traditional roles. I think this person did not uphold their end in some sort of traditional situation. It does not have to be marriage. It can be. Does not have to be. But there was some sort of standard set in your community. There's some sort of expectation set between you two where they were supposed to do something and they just didn't. They like up and just they saw their responsibilities, they looked at their responsibilities, and they walked themselves in the opposite direction. They were like, that's nice. And just did whatever. I mean, that's really what I'm getting from this. Like, their mask is falling off because they just, there's like absolute refusal to do whatever expected role of them is. They just like don't care. Truly. They don't care. This is not going to be something that you're confused about. You may already know who this person is, or if you don't, if there's someone that you're hoping it's not, unfortunately, like, that could be the case. Again, this is a tarot reading. This is a non-accusation, so, you know, I can't know from everyone who's watching it who it's going to be, but I can tell you, like, this person, once it happens, it's not going to be settled. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles upright. There's going to be some sort of thing that you're working towards that they mess up that you'll be able to bring back, but it's going to be hard because you don't have that skill set, or you don't have as strong of a version of that skill set. So an example of that may be, you know, let's say this is a romantic partner, you've been living with them for like 3 years, you had an account where like they were paying all the bills, and then they up and just like, you know, things fall apart, and you're like, I don't even know, not that you don't know how to pay bills, but like they were paying from it out of that account. Some of them were automatic, like certain accounts changed, so like, you know, you have to go back and whatever. And so like it may just be more tedious and more work for you to go back and do it, and then you're frustrated because like this is what they used to do and I used to handle this thing over here, and now I have to handle both, and we're going on about it, right? Because it's so much extra work for you now, and it was very sudden. And this doesn't have to be like sudden, but I'm just getting this energy of just like an about face when they promise you something. Or again, it may not be like a direct promise, but if it's not because you shouldn't accept it. It's just because it's something that in your area and community and the relationship you have with this person, it's just so obvious that they should have done it that like you didn't have to promise them, you know? It's like if you're in a relationship and it's like you don't have to promise to be faithful, that, or you shouldn't have to, that should be there. And it's almost like this person's like, oh, well, we didn't say it, so I'm just gonna turn around. This person's a whole mess. Truly, I want better for you. Truly, that's what I got to say there. I do not like this person. And then with the Six of Swords, what I'm having here is you're just walking away. You're walking away. I think this person's actually going to try to be messier. They're going to try to be messier, and it may be up to you to walk away just because they're, like, as long as they're there, they're going to be making a mess. With the Justice in reverse and the Devil in reverse, I feel like at first you're going to feel like there is no justice at first. Karma, I truly believe karma always comes back. Spirit sees everything. Like, they will get theirs. But at least in the moment when you're walking away, you're going to be like, they got away with it. They got away with it. They got to be the worst. And now they have to reap the benefits. And I mean, that sucks. It does. It sucks. I'm not sugarcoating it because I hate that. Don't talk to me like I'm a child and things happen, so I'm not going to talk to you like a child. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you don't get to see someone get their karma. A lot of times you don't get to see people get their karma. You don't get to see things fall for them because they were acting like this, that, and the other thing. And it can be really hard because you may, maybe this is just my petty self. You let me know in the comments, but sometimes I just want to stick around. I'm like, I just want to see it come back to them. I just want to see them get theirs because they were an ass hat. I want to see it happen. And you're not going to. You may not be meant to. And with the Devil in reverse, I'm seeing you taking yourself out of that environment and just not being latched onto them, not being addicted to them, not having to worry about that energy anymore because they're gone, because you decided they're gone, because you walked away. And the strength card, I'm seeing that it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. This person, literally like 2 seconds ago, you were at peace with the snow card, and they acted with the Hierophant like they were going to fit into whatever the traditional role is. They didn't do that, and then you have to walk away. And it sucks. And it's not easy. I'm saying it really quick, but it's not easy. These things are never easy. This person is just the worst, and you're going to have to walk away from them. And you know what? Good for you. I promise you, I did not look at these cards in advance. I promise you, when you have to go the distance. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Please go the distance away from this person and towards your goals, please. Because this person's a whole hot mess. Let me go ahead and read your summarization card for you. Essential meanings: endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long-term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity, everyone, alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. Okay, so they're not stopping you from anything. Whatever nonsense they may say, or just the fact that they are obnoxious, may make you feel like they're in the way of something. They're not. Spirit is saying absolutely not. They don't get anything. They're the worst. And again, they'll get their karma. Spirit will come back for them. You just may not be there in person to see it, which is a shame. It's always nice when you get to see it in person, but we don't all get to be that lucky. Certainly not in every circumstance. So your protection message with this card is: do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages with nothing, and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages, but there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skin, what are we talking about here, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul, because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go, but it's not important. Yes, leave this person behind. That's probably going to be my constant and consistent message for all of these piles, so that someone whose mask is slipping. But, sorry to say it, I think so far, I haven't read for number 4 yet, you guys got the toughest pile as far as this person is a whole mess. That being said, Spirit is saying nothing is being withheld from you. You will make the decision to leave. Spirit will provide as long as you decide to go. And it sucks when you're being, snow, you're in peace. It's not too, you went from snow to the desert. I don't know. Does that mean something to you? Comment below. But let them go. They suck. Okay. Just had to say that. If you know who this person is, comment below. If this resonated, please like or subscribe. I'd love to see some of you subscribe. I'd love to add to the court. If you want to see me reach 100, I would love to see 100 subscribers. The best way to do that is to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Okay, if you pick the slug, you are in the right place. This is group slug. So, if you haven't done one of these readings with me before, we are doing His Mask is Falling Off. The oracle card in the front will be the summarization of your reading. It'll be the overall kind of vibe of your reading. The oracle card at the end will be the summarization of your reading, and in the middle, we will have tarot cards. Yay! What everyone comes here for. So, give me one moment. I will look up the slug card for you. And it says, steadfastness, pacing, masculine, feminine. Okay, here in the Pacific Northwest of America, slugs, especially the pictured banana slug, are a very common sight during the fall. The slug encourages us to slow down, which can be difficult in this fast-paced world. Its persistence and focuses on its goal, reaching it at its own pace. It will get there eventually, and it knows it. Slugs are also hermaphroditic, making them the perfect balance of the masculine and feminine, which, you know, is an opinion. So what I got from that is a slow and steady wins the race. I see you on a steady journey towards something and then meeting this person. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to shuffle these cards, and we are going to see who this person is and how does their mask fall off. How do we find out who they really are? Let's see, we have the 9 of Wands going through it. Even going through something. Four of Swords in reverse. Maybe the Magician in reverse. You guys, have you not been sleeping? That's what I'm getting. 3 of Wands. The Hermit. Okay. Let me tell you something right now. I don't know what the rest of the cards are going to be, but you need to sleep, group number 4. I do not know what you've been going through, but I'm getting a lot of energy of you need to take a nap. Okay. This card obviously wants to come out. This is Death. Oh, okay. Yeah. We have 4 of Wands. Oh, well, that's good. Let's do one more. This one's kind of sticking out. Strength in reverse. Okay. Yeah, let's make one thing very abundantly clear. You need to sleep. You need to sleep, group number 4. I've never had to push this so much in my life, but you need to sleep. You're not sleeping. You're tired. You're trying to go through some goal steadily, and you're exhausted. That does not help. That's how people get into our lives who should not be there because we're tired and we don't have the kind of foresight to like move them out. 9 of Wands already is about being worn the you know what down. Okay, it's being like feeling like you've been going through stuff for a while and you're just like, I cannot have one more thing. I do not need one more thing. I don't want to see one more thing. No more things in my life. You've been through it and you're done. And with the 4 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Swords upright should be rest, and it's in reverse, so you're not getting the rest. Whatever reason, you're tired. Like, look at all these sleeping cards. Sleep, 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 sleep. For the record, this is not the sleepy animal deck. That's not what this is. This is literally just you. And then the Magician in reverse, though. Magician is usually, we have all the tools that we need in order to get things done. In reverse, it may not be that you don't have the tools, but what it may be is that you don't see it because you're just so distracted and you're so tired and you don't have the wherewithal to get things done. With the Sun upright, the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And I feel like this person coming in is going to feel this way. You're going to feel really like, this is great. This person's going to help me. This person's going to guide me. Either literally, if they're like some sort of mentor figure, or just, they can be a new relationship, they can be a new friendship, they can be someone you meet. There's someone who brings a brightness about them into the room, and so you get really excited when you meet them, like, oh my god, I can't wait to hang out with so-and-so or be around so-and-so because they make me so happy. Maybe they do make you feel rested. Maybe there's someone who will just like chill with you and hang out with you for an extended period of time. They like being around you. You enjoy their company. And then we have the 3 of Wands, planning. I feel like their mask is going to come off in this planning situation. I feel like they're going to give you the idea, the interpretation, the implication that the two of you are planning something. It doesn't have to be like I feel like I'm saying that and it makes it sound like it's a romantic, like, getaway or something. It doesn't have to be that. It can be a friend's trip. It could just be something cool you wanted to do. And in planning that, it's gonna almost feel like pulling teeth. It's gonna feel like it's so hard to do, but this person makes me so happy. I love being around them. They may even sit there and tell you and say, like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to this thing, but they don't actually practically help. I feel like this is less of like the mask completely comes off and more of like a sliding down the face situation. Like they're really sweaty and we're at the end of the party and it's like, I can see a lot of your forehead and I couldn't at the beginning of this gathering. Um, this person, it may not even be that they're just like not who they say they are. They may just be someone who really projects a certain persona as like a safety mechanism, and it kind of wears you down because you're already exhausted, you're already tired, you're around them, you feel better, but it's not real. What you're seeing is their projection of who they want people to think they are. And we all do that to some aspect, but this person seems to be like a professional. They're like a professional, this is not me, but this is what you're gonna see kind of deal. And so you may not know what's going on. It may not be quick. It may be very slow because, again, it feels like you're not getting the rest that you need, so you can't see things clearly. So the hermit, I feel like that's you walking away. And some people really don't like the hermit card. I think you can have one or two experiences with the hermit card. Either you can be in a hermit mode, isolate yourself, do literally nothing in order to learn and move forward or grow, and then you come out of hermit mode and you've learned nothing. Or you can take that time, actually learn something, actually apply yourself, actually kind of think back and reflect, like, was this good? Was that good? Da, 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 da. And you take those thoughts and then you come out and you're for the wiser. And so it's really up to you to have that good hermit experience. And I feel like here what Spirit is saying is you're going to have that hermit experience and then you're going to have death. And that death is going to be the relationship with this person, whatever that relationship is. Because you're going to realize that this person is not giving you what you're giving them. And it may not even be that this person is just oh so awful. It may just say they don't have the capacity. Or like you guys aren't really connecting because, again, they're giving off this persona that isn't who they really are. So how are the two of you supposed to connect with this person? It's just kind of all over the place. Four of Wands. This is stability, especially in the home. I think once you cut things off with this person, you're able to connect more with yourself and start providing with yourself. But you just have to let go of this person first. And it's not even, it doesn't have to be like this really like tight tie. I think it's just, again, you're not getting the rest that you need. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not giving yourself that self-love. And when we don't do that, like, you know, someone who's bright and magnanimous and gregarious can come in and they just like do whatever and they say whatever and you're like, oh, I'm dazzled. And it happens, and then what happens? We get lost in that. You need rest. You need to not be attached to gregarious Gary over here, whoever the hell this is. You know, they may be a good time, they may be fun to be around, they may not be a bad person, but like you can't attach your energy to them. And that's just how it is sometimes. And when strength in reverse, I don't see this as a lack of strength in your case. I think you're just truly like, you need that hermit period. You need that time to yourself. And you're just tired and you need to, like, whoever this, like, extrovert is, like, you don't have energy for them. You barely have energy for yourself right now. And it can be intoxicating, but I think you just need time to be you. And we have a deep knowing. Which pretty much by its title kind of tells you exactly what's going on. Like, you probably know who this person is already. I'm probably saying this and you're like, yep, gregarious Gary, that's who it is. But let me go ahead and read this for you for this card so we can get a full circle on your message. Deep knowing, intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. The oracle's message: intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have the ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available to the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You're now invited into this sacred dialogue of deep knowing. So tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. Okay, that really goes back to hermit mode. Sorry, I forget that some people don't know the tarot. I feel like that's what this is. Deep knowing. When you're in hermit mode, you can go back to that deep knowing yourself, knowing your situation, knowing what you need to do. And the slug with moving things forward, if you have a goal that's part of this, if you're trying to move towards a goal, you have to use your instincts and, ignore sunshine and all that stuff. I'm also going to read your protection message for this card. So the protection message says, you are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again. So tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for a recharging of your batteries. Hermit mode, okay? It doesn't say that, but we know. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath. Empty your mind and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. I know I said that earlier. Hope you heard me. Go to bed. Unless we have 2 minutes left of this video. But after that, go to bed. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. The sun energy. Won't that feel good? Wow. For the record, again, I do not look up these cards in advance. It's just how they came out. For it, take care of yourself, okay? I don't necessarily think this person is nasty or mean. I just don't think they're for you at this time. You should distance yourself so you can get rest, okay? And if that resonated, like and subscribe below. Comment on who this person is or who your situation is or how you're going to enjoy your sleep today. Subscribe. I'd love to have you in the Empress's Core. I'd also like to reach 100 subscribers. So, that would be nice if you're so inclined to subscribe to the channel if you like this reading. And I'd love to see you again. I'll see you next time. Bye.